I don't know why you can see the request. And guys, so sending it right now again. Okay. Just now let me know if you're online. And also, okay, I sent you a request. Sorry.
Hi, hi, hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Happy Sunday.
Hi. Hi, happy Sunday.
Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, really means a lot. And
Hey,
it
Queen.
seems, okay, we could just start with a little bit of introduction about yourself, just to get everyone to know you.
Yeah, yep. So my full name is Ade Folari. Ade Folari Olokun. Uh, yep. I'm a Yoruba boy. I'll be Yoruba
Okay.
man. Yeah. I'm from Ogun State. I moved to Ireland in 2019 and for school, basically. But I'm done with school. Yeah, working now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what was your experience here? Let's say since you moved. I think, okay, you moved before the pandemic started, anyways.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What was your experience been like ever since you moved?
Yeah, it was nice. I had I had like one full year before the pandemic, so it was nice. Although most of it was like going to school, um, having to get jobs, maybe a little bit of yeah, hanging out here and there.
Okay.
Like during the summertime, yeah, when everyone is like, oh, summer, 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 and then the sun is actually out. It's been nice. I really feel bad for people that came during the pandemic. Yeah, they never got to enjoy anything.
Okay. And how would you compare
It
the
was tough.
social life in Nigeria?
The social life, the social
Yeah.
life is completely different. Completely different. So basically, the social life here is like, okay, I'll start from even the easiest parts now.
Okay.
In Nigeria, when you are going to the beach, you are going normally with your singlets, you are dressing down because it's going to be hot and there'll
Yeah.
be breeze. But
Yeah.
here, when you're going to the beach, you're wearing pads, you're taking jackets. So the first time I was going, it felt weird. I'm like, but we're going to the beach. How come? So there's that huge difference. But yeah, in social life, I think the weather is a major factor. I think because it's always so cold, the social life can't be more than what it is. I think that's
Okay.
that's most likely what it is. Yeah. So that's probably what we enjoy rather in Nigeria. Where it's warm, it's hot. People can stay out. They don't have to stay inside. In fact, they want to go out because inside the house would be hot. You understand? So, but
Yeah.
here it's more of like you'd want to stay inside the house kind of a thing.
Okay. And what about when it comes to work life as well? How would you compare that as well?
In terms of like work social life balance.
Okay. What did you say?
Do you mean in
What did
terms
you
of
say?
balancing work and social life?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm, I'd say it's yeah, it's the same thing. I'd say it's the same thing, depending on the type of job you get. Anyways, if you get a regular 9 to 5, you should be able to
Yeah.
balance it with your weekend. Yeah, but if it gets to where you are doing some sort of 12-hour shift or 10-hour shift, and maybe you're adding overtime, yeah, then it'll be really hard to balance that with
Okay.
social life. Yeah.
So what actually got you into music? Was this something you've been doing before you left Nigeria, or was it after you got here?
Yeah, so I've been doing that since Nigeria before I came here. I've been doing that since um, the first time I recorded was 2015. Yeah,
Okay.
that was the first time I recorded. So yeah, I've been doing it from Nigeria.
Okay. And was there any reason behind it, like a passion or something that actually motivated you to do it?
Yeah, well, normally, you'd always sing in the bathroom and stuff like that, and maybe once in a while you sing somewhere, you just say something, and then someone's like, ah, that's nice, and
Yeah.
then you feel, oh, okay, thank you. Maybe the person's just being nice. But I think along the line, it sort of felt like, oh, yeah, I could sing. I joined the choir. And yeah, people would say, oh, yeah, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. And then at, initially, it was just a way for me to express myself. Initially, it was just for me to express myself. So that was actually why I got the guitar also, because I also had
Okay.
time. Yeah, I also had time. So I watched some
Okay.
YouTube videos. Yeah, I can't play very well, but it helped me to write. So I could sort of learn basic. It's like saying you learn do re mi fa sol la ti do, and then you now
Yeah.
start writing music using do re, and then you make the tune in your head. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was how I wrote the first song. It came out. It turned out okay. Definitely, there was loads of room for improvement, but yeah, it turned out okay,
Yeah.
and yeah, I felt like okay, I'll just continue doing it then.
Okay. And so when you're writing your song, do you have to be like in a certain place, or do you have to be in a certain mood, or is it just like, some people say, oh, I could just be walking on the street and then it just comes to me.
So for me, I don't know what it is yet. It has been different things. It has been different things. There are
Okay.
sometimes I'll pick up my book and paper and biro and I'll be like, okay, now let's think, and then I'll be able to write something. And then there are
Yeah.
sometimes this one has happened more often. I hear a beat and it's like, ah, I really like this beat, and it's easier when if you've sort of if for me if I've gotten the chorus if I've
Yeah.
gotten the chorus and I'm fine with the chorus, then it helps me to say, okay, 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 now I have a sort of foundation, and then I can build on it with the verse.
Yeah.
So for maybe you, that was what happened. I heard the beat and I was like, ah, I like this so much. In fact, the chorus was basically already done. I just needed to write the verses to it, and then I was like, yeah. So it depends. Some of them, it could be the way I was feeling at that particular point in time. If I'm feeling some certain type of way, I can carry
Yeah.
paper, carry biro, write it down, try to make sense of it, try to make a tune. I feel like so that it won't waste. It's like if I'm just feeling it and I'm just feeling bad or I'm just feeling this way and then it just goes, that's a waste. You know, understand? For example, it's kind of like Adele. When she came out, it
Yeah.
was she was writing about her heartbreak. So now she
Yeah.
lost someone, but she gained her music, her career, and everything through that. Yeah. So that's how I also thought about it. Like, yeah, just pick something out of it. No matter what it is, translate it into something good and just continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So aside from music, what else would you have gotten into if you have another opportunity aside from music?
Football.
Why is that?
I
Because
love
I
playing football.
know you all like football, so why is that?
Gee, I love playing football. I don't. To be honest, I don't know what it is. And growing up, I never used to play football. That's the funny thing. It was just once. I played one
Yeah.
time with some people who had been playing for a long time, and I mean, we eventually won, and I think I did
Yeah.
well. And I was like, okay, 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 I think I might like this. And then I started watching, started playing, and then over the years, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely love this. So, and now it's football. It has to be football. If I could choose, it would be football because that would be you paying me for doing something that I want to be doing.
Yeah.
That's what it would be if I play football.
And what position if you're gonna play professionally? What position and what club would you like to play for?
ah,
Oh, I see, I
let me
see.
lift it up.
Okay, yeah, Arsenal fan. Okay,
I'm an
nice.
Arsenal fan. It will be defense. It will be defense.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it will be
okay,
defense. It will be defense.
okay. In terms of collaboration, what artists do you have in mind? Like, okay, I would actually like to collaborate with this artist or something like that. It could be in Nigeria and also maybe in Ireland as well.
Mm, to be honest, there are loads of people, but the one person I'd say, I think Two Face.
Hmm, why?
I've been asking myself that question. So why? It's easy to say Davido. It's easy to say Whiskey,
I think
Burna Boy.
mentioning there's like the video, Whiskey. So you went back to the legend. So that's like, why?
It's for one reason. Um, Two-Face has been there from. Let me put it this way: when I was in um, I think SS2, SS1 or SS2.
Okay. Yeah.
Two-Face came to my school. Then there was Plantation Boys. It
Oh,
was the three of,
okay.
they came and I watched them live. They performed, and then I knew all their songs offhand. Now imagine from
Oh, okay.
then up until now, and he's still relevant. He's still
Wow.
fine. He's not like, like but he's still there. He has to be doing something right. And that's where I just feel that's how long I want it to be. I don't want my music to
Wow.
be something I do for a while and stop. Like it's still for as long as I can. So yeah, it
Okay.
would definitely be him.
Okay. Um, okay, so let's talk about the Nigerian music industry. What do you think about that especially for upcoming artists? Do you think there's really like the opportunity there, or people are just like, oh, you got to fight for yourself to make it to the top, or are there people willing to help sometimes?
I can only speak from, my exactly timeless music. Yes, you're right. You're right, awesome. I can only speak from, what I've
Yeah,
experienced now.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly from your own experience. Yeah.
from my experience, yeah. Um, you'd meet people who want to help you. You'd meet people who will scam you. You meet people who, in my experience, when I started now, I think I would say I won't say lucky. I was fortunate to meet the guys that I started with. Um, I think back then I was in Ibadan. Now those guys, they were more into like Yoruba rap and things like that. So
Okay.
when I met them, it was more like because of the way I sang, it was something different. And the producer was like,
Okay.
"Oh, this is something different. That it's nice that we have something different in the group." So we all were together and then we recorded more songs.
Yeah.
We do some shows, stuff like that. We basically support each other. And there'll be times when some people say, yeah, bring this money, this, we organize this for you. There was somebody that even sent me a message and said they will do skits, as Nedu. He said Nedu would do skits. He sent me screenshots, this, that he has done business with him before. I said, okay.
Yeah.
I said, let me try. Bam, I tried till today. Maybe Nedu is still preparing the camera for it. So that one has gone. You will meet people like that. Sometimes you take risks. Sometimes you just, well, like if personally, I feel like people shouldn't put the success. You shouldn't base it on someone else. Now, if you're
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, let me go into music," and then you're saying, one day Don Jazzy will sign me, one day this person will sign me. If they don't
Yeah.
sign you, then it's down to frustration.
Yeah.
But if I mean, yes, that's like always the dream. But if you do it that way, you might start doing some things, that, for example, you might be making some investments, spending more than what you have because of what you're trying to get, and then you'd always be in the loss, in the negative. So it got to a while where I was like, there's no point, can be alpha. It got to a point where I was like, see, whether somebody signs me or somebody doesn't sign me, I love doing music and I want
So
to be able
just
to do it. I enjoy doing it, just keep doing it. If I have the money to do something and then know that, yes, I've done it and I can
yeah.
share it and it doesn't have to bring anything back to me, fine.
Yeah.
You understand? And, if someone says, blah, 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 and they realize this, and then someone then comes, fine. But
Yeah.
I won't base it on that. And that's how it's been. Bro,
Okay.
Mr. David, happy Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your EP as well. I was going through your page. I was like, oh, that's okay. Let me just ask you about that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So the EP dropped on my birthday, the 7th of January.
So it's almost a
Um,
year
it's almost a year exactly. It should be in January. It'll be a year exactly. It has 5 songs, 5 love songs. Um, in total, it's like 15 minutes, and it's something I've been working on for a while. Yeah. So there were some songs I had written from like 2 years ago, but I hadn't
Okay.
recorded. Yeah. And then
Okay.
there were some that as soon as I heard the beat, like the track 5, as soon as I heard the beat, I recorded on it and I released that because of the producer then. The producer was D20, and then he used to post videos. He was getting, views. He was going up. So I decided, okay, if I post this and put that, yeah, this is the guy that made the beat. It will sort of drive traffic and things like that. So
Okay.
yeah, I wrote them at different times, but yeah, when I finally felt okay, yeah, that's enough. Everybody has been saying album, 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 album. So yeah, I released it. It was actually ready from like late last year, maybe
Okay.
October, November. Yeah, but I said them just chill for my birthday, so I had to wait like 3 months for God, let this thing drop, let this thing. But yeah, January finally came out, and yeah, I was really proud of it.
Was there any particular song that you actually liked so much, or any story behind the song?
So track 2 and track 3 would be my favorites.
Okay.
Track 2 because it's different from the rest of the songs. It's not Afrobeat or anything. It was just something that I heard the beat and I was like, can I do something on this? I was trying to prove a point, and I did it, and yeah, I liked what it came out as. And track 3, yes, there was a story behind track 3. That was the first one. That's the one I said, the first one I wrote when I came.
Okay.
So yeah, that would also be another one I like. Also because the beats, when I was checking for instrumentals, that was like the first one that really got to me, and I was like, no, I really like this. And like I said, the beats basically inspired me for that one.
Okay. And which of them would you actually like to perform, like if it's go on stage?
If I was to go on stage, it
Yeah.
depends. If I was to go on stage and I had already rehearsed with, drummers, with
Yeah.
everybody, it would be track 2.
Yeah.
It would be track 2
Uh,
because it's short and it's catchy. But if it's a thing where maybe the song will be playing in the background and maybe people need to dance and things like that, it will be track 3. It will be
okay.
3, yeah.
Okay. Okay. If we had to open a show for an artist, what artist would you like to do that for?
If I was to open a show for an artist, it would be Davido.
Okay.
It would be
Okay.
Davido.
Why? And please
Um,
don't say because it's like very popular.
that
Everyone
that's
always say that.
that's
Is
that's
that the
that's
reason why?
literally that's literally the only reason, because I know that it's because I know that many people would come, and so it's one of two people. It would either be Davido or Wizkid. But you see,
Okay.
the thing is, me, I prefer Davido to Wizkid. So apart from the fact that I'll be opening, I'll also
Yeah.
be at the concert enjoying my
Yeah.
life. So it would
Yeah.
definitely it would definitely be Davido.
Okay. Okay. If you were to look back, let's say maybe 18-year-old yourself to now, what would you say you're actually like, okay, proud of what you've done so far with your music career and everything so far?
Most definitely. Most definitely. My 18-year-old self, when I was 18, I didn't think I was going into music yet. So
Oh, wow.
I would have been surprised if you tell me when I was 18 that you're going to sing and you're going to be on this and you're going to be on that. Nah, I would have been surprised. Starting so doing music in Nigeria, it's okay, it's nice, but like, if you don't have the support, if you are the one, for example, if you're earning, and you're doing it yourself, it's basically like you are paying for a hobby.
Yeah.
Do you get here? Because you're not
Uh,
getting anything back. You're
yeah.
just putting money in and you're putting it out here. So it's another reason why, if you're thinking, oh, someone should find me and take me out of here and things like that. But here, it's easy for you to be able to say, okay, yes, you're earning, and you can put some side, some part of it, and say, okay, yes, this is something I really like, and even if I'm not getting anything from it, I still want to continue
Yeah.
doing it. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely say yes, I am proud. Basically, majorly because of the whole EP on Spotify, on everything. It's always when I meet someone new, even at work, and they say, "Oh, maybe say one fun fact about yourself," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I sing and I have an album on Spotify or YouTube
Yeah,
or something." It's like,
yeah,
"Oh, really?" You know, it's
yeah.
something. I think it's something to be proud of.
Okay, that's great. So, what is the first thing that you notice about yourself when you moved from Nigeria to Ireland? Maybe after a few months or something like that. What is the first thing that you noticed that changed?
Coco boy, thanks, bro. Thank you, bro. Um, the first thing that I noticed that changed, code is not your mate. I used to like code a lot.
Yeah, mate.
I used to like code a lot in Nigeria. I
I was not
didn't wear
that.
shirts. I'm always walking around shirtless or singlet, and they will always see, go and wear shirts, go and wear shirts. Code will catch you. I'm like, code, which one is code? Which one is code? So when I was coming here, when I was coming here, I even wore just one hoodie. When I was coming, I came. As soon as I entered the airport, like this, damn. I say, who on
The
is?
first ring.
I say, who on is? So first of all, I knew that all these hard guy, you have to calm down. But generally, what did I notice? I think I'm more. I have more freedom to be more creative. I guess there's more opportunity. You
Yeah,
understand? To be more
yeah.
creative. It's a matter of okay, you find it. You know, you decide if that's what you want to do, and then you do it. Um, yeah, I think. I mean, if I was still back in Nigeria, I think I'll still be doing music. It would just be really, really slow. You know,
Oh, I understand.
it
I
won't be
understand.
this far, cause yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what it'll be.
Okay. And sometimes I know being a musician can be quite hard. So what keeps you going? Like what motivates you that okay, yeah, for now you have to keep doing this. You can't just, give up. What is that thing that keeps you going?
It's the what do I say reviews? It's the yes, it's the reviews, it's the
And
responses I
comment?
get from people and comments and yes, it's if you're doing something and yeah, people are saying, what you're doing is nice, what you're doing is nice. If there are people it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's nice. You're feeling the support. But if it's from someone you don't know at all, someone who is seeing you do it for the first time and comes in and says, I couldn't even type, I just had to send you. Like, for example, if after this broadcast, someone you don't know that came to this
Yeah.
broadcast sends you a DM and says, "Oh man, I've never seen what you did before, but this is the first time. It was really lovely. I
Yeah.
had a lovely time." It's different from when you're not your friends, your regular
Yeah.
friends, will tell you. So it gives you that extra. Okay, I know I'm doing something
Yeah.
right. You get,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what it is. It's not like if nobody says you are doing well, you won't continue because I mean you've
Exactly.
already
Yeah.
set a standard for yourself and you continue.
Yeah.
So I guess that self motivation is there, but it's good when I'd say it's the support. It's the support.
Okay. And what would you say is your biggest supporter, like ever since you started making music?
Ha,
Because we
it's
both know like
tough.
African parents sometimes when you say you want to make music, all they think you want to work. You don't do anything.
Speaking
So what was the
speaking of
biggest support when it start?
speaking of African parents, it's I was actually surprised. I was surprised when because just the way you said it, African parents, my dad used to he was always the book type, if you are people who are, in fact, we grew up thinking of people who play ball or people who are singing and people who don't know book and they dropped out and things like that. So I still had that feeling
Yeah.
that my dad might still be thinking that's the way it is. But then I was shocked when I recorded myself singing. It was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
And I sent it to my siblings. They listened to it and then they played it for my dad and they said I was the one. And then my dad was saying, "Oh, that it's not me, that it can't be that this sounds like an American that's singing." And then, they said they had to convince him that I was the one. So, and from then he was like, okay, he asks once in a while, you'll be like, oh, how is it going? But I mean, I guess as long as I'm not saying oh, I'm not working. This is what I want to do. I must blow. I
Yeah,
must this.
yeah.
I must that. I guess, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, he supports it as much as he can. But I'd say my sister, yeah, followed closely by my brother. I'd say my sister.
Okay. And have you
Yeah.
ever had to perform like for the whole family before?
I actually performed at her wedding. She got married.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
she
was
got
what you said. Okay, 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 okay. So that, so
she got married a few months ago, and yeah, I performed. So there's a song I sang before. It's an old song. She really likes it. It's her favorite till today. But because the
okay,
beat, I sampled the beat. I didn't purchase the beat, so I
okay.
couldn't release it officially. Do you understand? So what happened was I said, okay, I remade it. I used the same lyrics, but then
Yeah.
a separate beat. She
Oh,
didn't know about it, yeah, and then it was more of like a
yeah.
surprise on her wedding, and then I sang, and my dad was there. Um, so it was more or less the whole family, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's good then. Okay, so as a musician, would you say that actually, when it comes to like relationship, does it have an impact on relationship for you? Because I know some girls when they hear, okay, you are a musician, everyone just like no, they're wrong. So what would you say? Does it have an impact for you
I
as a
would say,
musician?
yeah, I would say it has. It depends. Personally, Um, it didn't have an impact because there was nothing special, that was happening. Like everywhere I'd go, if I'd say, okay, maybe I had like a performance or something, my partner would be there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was a thing where, okay, fine, you're writing love songs. Obviously, it's not only guys that will be listening, ladies will be listening. So
Mm-hmm.
you'd have lady friends or lady fans or lady supporters, and it was a thing where she understood that, okay, yeah, you'd have to be friendly and things like that. But personally, I don't. For some people, yes, it would be. Um, and I think it's one of the reasons why, yes, I want to succeed in music, but I feel like I'd be scared of attaining the sort of heights of, say, Davido or Wizkid, because when you are at that
That's
stage,
it.
it's completely different. So deep down, as it's like, look, yes, I want to be known and I want to really be successful, but to be honest, I don't want to be that. I feel like I won't be able to handle. I feel like it will be something I can't handle. So yeah, personally, it was good. It was good because there was actually a song I did. There was actually a song I did, and while I was doing the song, the person I was with then actually did voiced on the song. The person sang on the song also. Yeah, the person also sang on the song. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Um, do you think, like both genders, do we actually pressurize each other to meet a typical relationship status these days? Like ladies feel like, okay, I want my man to be this and that, and men sometimes you see some men like, okay, any lady I want to be with, they have to be like so so so. So do you feel like we all pressurize each other these days when it comes to relationship?
Yes. I don't. I think
In
it
your own opinion,
depends. Yeah,
your
in my own
opinion.
opinion. In my own opinion, I think that only happens more if it's sort of a celebrity couple kind of a thing or a power couple kind of a thing. So, if
Well, to be honest,
yeah,
do you think that I've seen people that are just basic people that actually do that as well? You know?
yes, yes. So now, if basic people are doing that, I feel the pressure comes from the sort of standard that you set for yourself. So if, for example, basic people, you're posting pictures of, say, oh, everything is perfect, everything is rosy, then there's the pressure that everything has to be perfect and everything has to be rosy. You understand?
Yeah.
If you're posting that, oh, you're going to the gym every single day or 5 times, you'll be putting the pressure on yourself. We have to go because we have to record, we have to snap, we have to.
That's the first.
So I feel it's sort of the targets, I'd say, that you set for yourself that sort of brings that pressure. And that could be why people would stay. Yeah, they start pressurizing themselves. Except, I mean, another way is some people could be. You could see yourself as, oh, this is the only type of lady I can date, or this is the only type of man I can date, you know. And then if the person you're with isn't up to that level, you then start to pressurize them. It can happen in different forms, but I wouldn't say personally, it's not something that I've seen that happens a lot, except if, you know, you are those kind of people who would always post it online and things like that, then yeah, pressure will definitely come in.
Okay. And lastly, do you have any plan for your music career in the future?
Yes, so yes. Well, for the music, I just want the music to just keep spreading as, you know, as wide as it can go. Um, but aside from that, one thing I've always wanted was, so there's this group called Coldplay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, they have this concerts where like the lights will be off and then maybe they're holding candle and they're singing. And I've always pictured that kind of thing that and where you even stop and it's the crowd that's singing your song and things like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it would be really nice to perform in front of a really large crowd. And in terms of music generally, I mean, depending on how things go, I sort of want to be in a situation where, because I know what the struggle has been, you know, I want to be in a situation where I can also sort of be like a platform for people who are, you know, on their own without, you
Yeah.
know, without sponsors or without anything, and they can still know that, oh yeah, people can still listen to them, people can still enjoy your music even without, you know, having the record label and all that.
Yeah. Okay. And any advice you'd like to give to maybe an upcoming someone that's just coming into music, going to the music industry, like what would you advise them about?
Yeah, well, the advice I can give would be based on, you know, from my
Your
own
own
experience.
experience.
Yeah. And it would be that if you see music as oh, your escape, you know, your escape that
Mm.
it must blow, it must blow, it must blow. We all want to blow, and by God's grace, you know, we blow. But if music is not the way God wants you to blow, or if music is not the way you blow, it might now end up being frustration. You might leave some things, you know, that are valuable, something for something, you know, for the music, and if at the end of the day you missed, you know, so balance it. That
Yeah.
would just be perfect. It would be very perfect if there's a way to balance music and, you know, other goals, you know, so that you know that yeah, not like you have a backup, but you are
Yeah.
safe. You are safe at
Yeah,
least.
exactly.
You know,
And just music alone.
for some people they risk it all and it works. You know, for some people it may not work. So another thing is you just have to find it. You would have to find out yourself. But be patient and
Yeah.
I guess love music more than wanting to make money from music.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
love
Thank you
making
so much
music more
for
than that.
coming.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much for doing
Thank you for
this. It really means a
having
lot.
me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's really means a lot. And hopefully I have you soon again.
No problem.
Maybe to talk about some other things. But for
No
now, it really
problem.
means a lot. And thank you for coming.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right.
All
Thanks.
right. Yeah.
Okay, guys, that is all for today. In case you missed us from the beginning, guys, this is going to be up on my YouTube channel during the week. And to everyone that joined, thank you so much. And I'll see you all next week Sunday. Bye.